Jacob was already 77 years old when he arrived at Laban's house, but he had to work for Laban first. He had to work for Laban for 7 years before he could marry his beloved wife Rachel. At this point, after working 7 years, he was already an 84-year-old man. He was already an 84-year-old man at this time. So then, after he had completed 7 years of service, he said to his uncle Laban, "My time is fulfilled. Please give me my wife, so I may be with her." At this moment, Laban then prepared a lavish feast. Relatives, local people, come celebrate his daughter's marriage. To his grandson, well, actually to his nephew's marriage. Then, when evening came, but Laban did not give Rachel to Jacob. Instead, he quietly sent Leah over, since there were no electric lights back then, and likely no lighting at night either. Jacob didn't realize it. After being with Leah, the next morning, he woke up to find that Leah, not Rachel, was lying beside him, but Leah. So he went to ask Laban, "What's going on here? Did I not serve you for Rachel? Why have you deceived me?" Then Laban replied, "It's not our custom here to give the younger daughter in marriage before the older one. In our place, we don't follow such a practice. Finish your week with my elder daughter. 7 days, meaning after being married for 7 days. Then I will also give you my younger daughter. But you must continue serving me for another 7 years. And so, as for Jacob, he loved Rachel deeply. He loved both Rachel and Leah deeply. Then he had no choice but to do so. He is also a responsible Yaguh. If he follows what people say, I only worked for your younger daughter. I won't take responsibility for the elder one. Perhaps the world thinks this way. But as for Jacob, he was truly responsible, since Laban deliberately deceived him. Since he had already been with Leah, he took up the duty and committed to work another 7 years. Thus, Jacob originally planned to work for Laban for 7 years for Rachel. But unexpectedly, due to Laban's scheme, he ended up working another 7 years for Leah, and so Jacob continued working a total of 14 years, all because of Laban's 2 daughters. Thus, he worked 14 years in total. Yet it appears, indeed it seems, that Jacob was deceived by Laban. Yet behind it all was God's good purpose, for God had a plan to make Jacob's descendants numerous. So he had not only Rachel, but also Leah as wives. Later, unexpectedly, as we read the Bible, we find that Rachel and Leah each gave their maidservants to Jacob, and they all bore children for him. In the end, Jacob, from his 2 wives and 2 maidservants, had 12 sons in total. Thus, the nation of Israel became 12 tribes. This is how Jacob initially planned to marry just 1 wife, but unexpectedly received many more children, all because of God's good purpose. Therefore, in the matter of Jacob, we can understand it this way. Sometimes, when things don't go as we hope, and we end up doing extra work, for example, say we set out to compose a song, but then accidentally need to revise it too. Perhaps by doing both tasks, we receive double blessings. Take Jacob, for example. He originally planned to work only 7 years, but then he worked a few more years and received even greater blessings. Glory be to the Father and the Lord. Amen.